What is the fastest way for a corporate internal audit to fail? By delivering a perfectly executed audit on a department that poses absolutely zero risk to the company. This happens constantly due to an open secret in the outsourced internal audit industry, the copy-paste audit scope. Instead of investigating how a business actually operates on the ground, audit teams simply reuse standard pre-packaged audit plans from previous jobs. The root cause of this is the sheer rush to submit proposals and win client bids. To save time, auditors build their entire scope by skimming the company's investor-facing corporate annual report, rather than conducting a detailed study of the actual business. Annual reports are designed to present a sanitized narrative for shareholders, not a rigorous map of corporate risk. By relying on these glossy pages to plan an audit, teams guarantee they only investigate the clean surface of the company, leaving the true operational threats completely unexamined. A corporate annual report might highlight polished achievements and revenue milestones, but the reality of daily business operations is incredibly messy, chaotic, and decentralized. Because standard audit scopes only look for what is clearly printed in that report, massive operational centers are routinely skipped. Secondary businesses, captive power plants, and fully outsourced manufacturing units are simply left off the plan entirely. These forgotten, off-the-books auxiliary units, like remote scrapyards, are the exact environments where unchecked revenue leakage and operational fraud thrive. If they aren't on the map, they are free to operate in the dark. Utilizing an off-the-shelf audit scope provides an illusion of safety. It functions as a routine compliance checklist, acting as a blindfold rather than a true assessment of your company's vulnerabilities. To stop auditing in the dark, you have to accurately map the minefield before you step into it. That map is called the Audit Universe. It is the comprehensive, exhaustive inventory of every single auditable entity, process, and system operating within your company. You cannot build an exhaustive inventory through guesswork or skimming financial summaries. You need a rigorous, three-dimensional forensic framework to uncover where the actual risks hide. This animated wireframe is the COSO Cube. It is a specific structural and mathematical tool designed by the Committee of Sponsoring Organizations to thoroughly map organizational risk. The COSO Cube forces leadership to discard flat, one-dimensional organizational charts. Instead, it requires you to evaluate your business from three distinct, intersecting angles to ensure absolutely no vulnerability can slip by unnoticed. The top face highlights your primary objectives: operational efficiency, financial reporting, and compliance. The right face represents your entity structure, from corporate headquarters down to auxiliary branches. Finally, the front face illustrates your internal control components, the machinery of governance. You build your audit universe by looking for the precise points where these variables cross paths. By selecting one specific variable from each dimension, you pinpoint hidden vulnerabilities. Take an objective like compliance. Cross it with an outsourced manufacturing unit. Evaluate a component like control activities. That glowing block represents the exact intersection of those variables. By scientifically calculating this intersection, you have just identified a critical, highly auditable entity, compliance controls within your outsourced manufacturing, that a standard copy-paste audit scope would have entirely missed. A dynamically mapped audit universe guarantees your corporate resources are spent hunting down actual revenue leakage, rather than wasting capital performing audit theater on safe departments. If you want to integrate these frameworks and build unshakable structural controls, our upcoming release, An Entrepreneur's Guide to Corporate Governance, Risk Management, serves as the essential playbook for that process. But strategy requires oversight. If you sit as an audit committee chairman, ensuring these vulnerabilities are mapped and monitored falls directly on your shoulders. So we leave you with one critical question. Did you question your CXO and CAE about the audit universe, or was a standard scope used?